Amen. Say man. Curry getting sturdy all the way from DSU, where I teach y'all and show y'all how to get your mind sturdy. Today's video's topic, we're going to be talking about why self-awareness will change your life. Now, you clicked on this video because you're a person that doesn't have self-awareness. You're a person that wants to know why self-awareness will change your life. Well, I'll tell you, by the end of this video, you will have learned how to become more self-aware and learn why self-awareness will change your life forever. Before we get into the topic, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to all of my supporters, everybody that has been watching the channel, been liking the videos, been watching my YouTube shorts that I've been making and creating. I just want to say thank you because we were recently at 27 subscribers. Now we hit 29. We're one away from 30. And I really appreciate that. I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate everybody in my community. And we just keep growing. We got to keep getting the community big. You know what I'm saying? Tell everybody that you know about my channel, so that I can help them, so I can teach them how to become self-reliant, teach them how to teach themselves to become more self-reliant. Why becoming more aware or becoming self-aware will change your life forever? That's the question that you may be having when you're watching this video right now. We have to backtrack. In order to understand how to become more self-aware and why it will change your life, we have to understand what awareness is first. We have to go back and dig deep. Awareness or self-awareness is basically one's ability or an individual's ability to be able to become aware of something or aware of themselves. Awareness and self-awareness, they're very similar, but they're two different things. Awareness is more of a generalized term. Self-awareness is more specified towards a person or towards something specific. So if I say self-awareness, that's targeted towards me, awareness of myself. And you want to learn how to become self-aware and learn why it's so important. Self-awareness is just being aware of yourself, being aware of your behavior, being aware of your mental state, your physical state, your intellectual state, being aware of everything that has to do with you. That's what self-awareness is. Becoming aware and knowing how you are, who you are, and why you are the way you are. Understanding self-awareness. That's the first step. That's the easiest way to even understanding how to become more self-aware. Understanding that in order to become self-aware, you have to be more mindful of how you are. So say you have a problem, right? And you want to solve that problem. If you're not aware of that problem, you can't solve a problem that you don't know about. You have to be self-aware of the problems that you have and the problems that you create so that you can go about solving them. If you don't see a problem, then you can't solve it because it's not there to you. If you're in school and there's an alien spaceship above your school, this big alien spaceship, just imagine a big alien spaceship right above your school, right? And it's invisible. You can't see it. You're not aware. You won't care. You're not aware it's there, so you're not going to react. You're not going to respond. You're not going to be able to respond effectively to something that isn't an immediate problem to you yet. But let's say that alien spaceship now reappears and is visible and you can see it. Now everybody's getting scared. Now everybody can effectively and intentionally do whatever they want to get out of the situation. People might run. People might be curious and might be scared and might be in shock and might just be standing still because of how afraid they are. But if there's a problem that you're having, which is there's something in the sky that shouldn't be there that you don't like. So what are you going to do? You're most likely going to run away, right? And get as far away as you can. But you're aware that it's there, so you had the ability to effectively respond to the situation and get out of there. But if you were never aware it was there, you would never be able to do that. Let's say you're driving in a car, right? And the left side of your car is missing the rear view mirrors. That's a problem in and of itself. But the main problem I want to talk about is, let's say there's a drunk driver behind you. That left side rear view mirror, and it's that drunk driver is behind you on the left side, you cannot see that person. So that person is swerving all around inside the road, inside the highway, and you're driving. You can't see them. You don't know they're there. You're not aware they're there. There's a possibility that they're going to swerve into your car because they're right behind you. And then you might get into a car accident. You're not aware that they're there. You're not aware of the problem that is right behind you So you can't effectively respond to it and improve the situation because you're not aware it's there. That's why becoming self-aware is so important, because if you're not aware of something, you cannot effectively respond and you will never improve. So first things first, you should have got your car fixed and got a whole new rear view mirror. Now, it's probably not easy to get a rear view mirror that easy. You have to get the money, obviously, to pay for it, and you have to schedule an appointment to a mechanic to get you another one. But that's something that should be prioritized because that's a hazard. So that's the one thing that I wanted to explain, is that you have to be, in order to become more self-aware, and why it's so important is because if you're not aware of something, you cannot effectively respond to a situation and you cannot effectively improve yourself. If you get into a situation where you get a job interview, right? But every time you've been to a job, that person says that your qualifications were good, but there's just something about you that wasn't sitting right. You're not aware of what they're talking about. You're not aware of that problem that they're having with you. You're not aware of the problem that's within inside of you. You're not aware of the problem or the reason why they're not giving you the job, because they're telling you that you qualify, but there's something that is making them say, I don't know if I want this person to work for me. And some of those things could be, they can smell fear on you. They can smell nervousness. They can smell a person that tends to procrastinate and hold things off because they feel like they don't have the ability to do it, so they rather have someone else do it. There's a lot of things that a lot of people can tell based off your poise, based off how you're behaving. That's all poise is, how you behave. And if you're behaving in a manner of where you're coming off as nervous or shy or scared or fearful, you might not know that yourself because you're not self-aware. But if you're self-aware that when you talk to people, you tend to be uncomfortable and fearful, then now you know, all right, that's my problem. I tend to be fearful when I talk to people that I do not know, that I'm not familiar with. I'm uncomfortable. So now, how do I become more comfortable with talking to other people I'm not familiar with? Now you're asking yourself questions and you're starting to get somewhere. You're starting to improve and you're starting to go through the process of improving and changing that problem or fixing that problem that you had, which is being fearful. And then you ask yourself, okay, how do I stop being fearful? One, what am I afraid of? Is it that they're of high status? Is it that I fear that they're most likely not going to give me the job? These are questions that you should be asking yourself. But it's not only the question that you should ask yourself. There are specific questions that you want to ask. Or it's not specific questions you want to ask. It's the way you want to ask the question. Because like I said in my other videos, you want to change the way you think. You want to rewire your brain. You want to transcend past your way of thinking. Because a lot of times when people are asking themselves questions, they're asking themselves in a way that holds them back. When people overthink, they think overthinking is a negative thing. Overthinking is actually a good thing. It's what we were made for. We have brains for a reason. We think for a reason. Overthinking, there's no such thing as thinking too much. But there is such thing as thinking too much in the wrong way. There is something as playing too much the wrong way or practicing too much the wrong way. If you're learning a skill or trying to learn a skill, if you're learning it the wrong way, you're not truly learning that skill. So there is a wrong way and a right way of doing things. Excuse me. So when you think about the situation, instead of worrying about whether that person is going to hire you or worrying about whether what they think about you, don't focus on the outcome. Focus on showing that person who you are, and you either will or will not get the job. But you can't make a decision for somebody else, so there's no point of worrying on what they're going to do because you can't make that decision for them. The only thing you can do is show them who you are and show them why you would be a good fit for that job. To persuade them. Use yourself to get what you want. Use yourself to persuade that person, to make them like, oh yeah, I would really want to do this. I really want to give them this opportunity to work at this job. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is what happens when you're not self-aware. The things that happen when you're not self-aware, and I already explained a few of them, is that when you're not aware, you can't effectively respond to a situation. So you're not self-aware. You don't have the ability to get into a situation and see a problem. if you can't see the problem, you can't improve the problem or improve whatever is going wrong. That's why you need to be self-aware. The third thing is, when you become self-aware, how does your life change? Or in what way does your life change when you become self-aware? Well, it's the opposite of the negatives that I was saying. When you become self-aware, you care more. You are able to respond to situations more effectively. You have more solutions to certain problems, and you start improving. Say you go to a driving test, or you want to get your driver's license, right? And you're doing a driver's test. But past driver's tests, you failed them, you don't know why, you feel like you're driving good and you're not doing anything wrong, but for some reason they just won't give you that driver's license. You don't know why. That's because you're not aware. But now you are aware. Let's say this time you are aware now. Now you know exactly why you weren't getting that driver's license, why they kept rejecting you, why they kept rejecting your qualification. Now you know exactly why. And the reason is because when you drove your car, for some reason, when you were supposed to be driving in a straight line, you just kept like driving to the left a little bit, like you would swerve left and right. And you're not supposed to do that when you're supposed to be driving in a straight line, because you might end up hitting somebody. So you see, that's why you're aware of that. That's the problem. You figured out the problem. You're aware of the problem. Now you're self-aware. But you don't want to only be self-aware when it comes to driving. You want to be self-aware no matter what situation you're in. You don't want to have self-awareness. You want to be self-aware so that you don't have conditional self-awareness. Conditional self-awareness is when you're only self-aware in specific situations. You don't want that. You want to be aware in every situation that you're in. You want to be self-aware in every single situation that you come in contact with. Whether it's a situation you've been in before or a situation you've never been in your whole entire life. So once you figured out that problem, all right, I swerved too much and that's why they rejected me. That's the problem. I'm aware of it. How do I go about fixing that problem? Now, okay, why am I swerving? Is it because I'm nervous and when I'm driving straight, I'm too focused on getting that driver's license? Or it might even be nervousness. Let's say you're really excited. You're really excited and happy to get that driver's license, so much to the point to where you're not even focusing on what you're doing. Like, you're focusing a little bit on driving, but you're thinking too much about the outcome and you're not focusing on the present, on what's happening right now. So you might be swerving a little bit and not even noticing that you're doing it. You see that? Okay. So then you tell yourself, okay, I need to stop focusing on the outcome, and start focusing more on what's happening right now. Because if I don't do that, this is going to continue to happen. I'm going to continue to get rejected and not get my driver's license. And that right there is how you figure out how to become more self-aware. That right there is why when you become self-aware, your life will change forever. Your life will start to improve from that point on. You know why becoming self-aware or why not having self-awareness will do to your life. Now you know what self-awareness is, and you also know what self-awareness will do for you once you become self-aware. That's all I wanted to say in this video, man. I haven't made a video in a while, I'm not gonna lie. But, I've just been creating ideas. I create ideas all the time. I'm always trying to find different things that people have problems with, and I make videos about them. I like making videos about people's problems because I know there's a lot of people out there that have the same problems about the videos that I make, but they're just too afraid and nervous to ask the question. So when I make that video, they don't have to ask the question. But I just want to tell you guys, go in the comments down below. Anything that you have problems with, let me know. I'm going to try to give you advice on it and how to improve and learn how to get around that problem. I will try to teach you that because I like when y'all put questions or any problems that you have in the comments down below, because it allows me to directly help you. And I like directly helping people because it's so much more beneficial when you can see someone smile because you were able to inspire them, you were able to help them. And I love doing that. That's my job. My purpose is to bring value to people that I interact with, including myself. And that's what I try to do daily. That's what I do on this channel. And I want y'all to join this community. Even if you're someone that's not even a part of my community, if you're someone that hasn't even been subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, join the community. We stay lit over here. We learn how to get your mind sturdy. If you ever heard that before, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to go back to past videos and watch them to see if you can figure out what that means. Because I ain't going to tell you here. But, you know what I'm saying? We like to get our mind sturdy on this channel. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Live, learn, repeat. Stay safe, stay strong, stay motivated. And we out. Peace.